Hello and welcome to Sailwind. Now, I have not played this game since my last stream of it, and it has been updated since then, so I've only got... we're gonna have to start a new game, but I now know a bit more about how the game works than when I started for the first time last time. Also, because I'm running this in full screen, I will have to periodically switch over and read chat. I won't be able to see your messages as you post them. So, hello everybody, welcome, Kango, Emichu, Jamie, hello everybody. The Curse of Knowledge, yes. Jamie says, but the main thing with you lot was about their dream. If you want to know the first bit, go watch the end of the last stream, which is the trains stream. So, but the main thing with you lot was whenever I had to get back to the surface, Mr. W asked me to go back down to get something from a chest. He had an underwater base for some reason, but it wasn't watertight, and when I got to the chest, everything floated up to the surface, and I had to go back up to get them, and then take them back down. He wanted dirt, but all the chests were filled with ender pearls. Filled! Full stacks! Every slot filled. Yes. Alright. Good to know. Let us know when you're live again, please. Yes. I could put it on... Oh, hello, Wasted Tries. Welcome. I could put it on the laptop. We'll see. Kang was just a voice in the sky, and he doesn't play. Shardice is scolding me for making a mess. Willis was chilling in a boat, and Blue was exploring the shore for something. Aww. So you'll hold a grudge against me, despite me not even playing? Well, hold on, I'll see if I can get the chat open here. 1 second. One second. Just need to open it up. Hold on, what's my channel called again? Oh right, I remember. Oh, I'm live, it says. Oh, that's good. Good timing. Okay. So now if I just click on that, increase the font size a bit. Not that much apparently, because I won't be able to. Oh, and there we go. Okay. So, yeah. Although I've only got a couple messages on there, and so I might have to switch back to see if I've missed anything. You were asking questions anyway. Multidimensional grudge. And I'm assuming Eagle was off with his train somewhere. Your in-character skin hasn't engraved itself into my subconscious brain yet. But I was lightening the mood. Knowing that in the face of danger is a good thing. But I was drowning IRL, Kango. Oh. Well. Maybe Jesse was laying on your head. You sound very tired, Charles. A little bit. I'm just trying to talk a little softly. I'm a little tired, not that tired. Right. So, difficulty easy. So this is the location we started in before, where we've got, well, it says navigation hard, but from what I remember previously, it wasn't that difficult. So that was the Alank region. Then we've got Emerald Archipelago, which we had a brief look at previously. Hard weather, easy navigation, boat controls medium. Then we've got the Estrain, which has weird trees on it that I'm not sure are supposed to be there. That's hard, medium, medium. I think we should just go with this one because we've got a little bit of experience with this. So yeah, well, let's just go with this one. I'll click start after I've read chat again. Thank you for streaming despite. Yeah, I'm not that tired. I'm just trying to speak a little softly because I can have the microphone closer than I normally have, so I don't have to shout. Can you name your ship? I don't know. So what did they add in the updates? I can't recall. Do you still have your old save game? No. I'm guessing no. No. Probably not. Estherine! It's a pretty boat. It is. But also, it's more difficult to control with the different sails and things. Also, is this too quiet? This might be a little too quiet. Hold on. Usually I've got parallels at 70%. I'll boost it up to 80. SMR. I mean, if you want me to get even closer to the microphone, then I can do that as well. It's really up to you. Right, so, finally the sailing manual on your boat. I do believe I remember where that was. You can get on board with F? No, that F is push. Can you not? How did this work? Was it E to get on? Nope, F? Oh, it was F. So, that's the manual. I do think I remember this. I think, at least, yeah. That seems pretty much the same as it was before. Oh, right. So, let's see about a mission. The joke wasn't even intentional at first. Pirate ASMR. Good gosh. Hey Shredder, should I reskin this boat into Network Southeast and to get the author's permission? I mean, that would be fun. Right, so missions, yes. Oh, F is the button. So, we are currently down here. Where should we go? I mean, getting to Gold Rock City is, of course, probably the easiest because you can see it very well. However, going straight north is probably also pretty easy, and there's a lot of stuff going straight north. I think we should go straight north to Al Nilem or Southfold. Me and Friendo were playing Conan Exiles a good while back, but we were in this dungeon and glitched out, so there was no audio, dead silence, but there were puzzles which included water rising and falling, so I did the very un-ASMR sound effects of the water for him. Coconut, don't know why he was laughing. It was a very serious dungeon. Also, never seen the ooh face before. I've seen it before. Right, yeah, I think we're gonna go to the top one. So, Al Nilem. Unit price. Sure. Spices. These are 6 units. So I'll accept this one first. Wait, are these the spices? Oh. Hold on, didn't it say 6 units? I thought it said 6 units, and I only saw 3 of the barrels there. Weird. Oh. Now, how does one rotate? Alright, rotate like that, and then hold. There was a button to hold for it to rotate the other way, wasn't there? I'm pretty sure there was. Right? I don't remember. Hold on, let's check the controls. Rotate held item. Q. That might be it then. Alright, that's that way. Oh yeah, Q was the button. Also, I managed to find a boot flag for Parallels that fixes the shader glitches we were having before. So that's good. Right, drawing whilst watching. Love a bit of sea sickness whilst trying to do line art. Yeah. What are you drawing? So, okay, so we've got that. Is there more stuff that could go up in that direction? Let's see. That's 0.5. 0.4. Well, that is this. Oh, per unit. I thought that was units. Amount 1. Oh, okay. In that case, let's do the mail as well. I'll put it over here. Right, so that's where we've got the cheese. That's where we've got the water. And that is a mug. Let's just pick that up and then tab. Right, and then click. There we go. See, I remember vaguely how this works. Then I'll just get a little bit of this as well. Nope, not like that. I need to take item. Yes. Oh, this is new. Ah, that's nice. Right, so we need to head north. Right. One last chat read. Over here. Just a trash meme post. Oh. Though yesterday I drew a character I haven't drawn before traditionally. Ooh. Really messed it up, but after a lot of huffing and grumbling managed to fix it. Nice. Traditional, so paper. Oh, I'll send it to pick in PLP. Ooh, please do. Right. Now, let's get going. If I remember the controls. So, there we go. There we go. Now, what was this big canvasy thing called again? Now, C was the camera button. There we go. Now, hold on. That needs to go down that way. And then is it escape? Nope, it's not escape. Is it F? Yes, it's F. Just trying to remember the controls, at least somewhat. Now, the wind is blowing directly that way, which means that should be good. Now, we are currently facing northeast. So, actually, there's... I think that, yeah, that's Big Rock Island. That's the little intermediate island. So we need to go to the left of that. Actually, let's have a look at the map. So yeah, I think that is Isle of Clearmind that we're seeing on the left there. So if we can head past that a little bit, because we've got, I mean, the wind currently, I think it'll be best if we head a little bit to the west of Isle of Clearmind and then head northwest slightly to get to Isle of Nilem. I think that'll be good. I thought you meant in the show's actual art style rather than your own. Now, traditional means pen and paper, or paint, charcoal, etc. Wait, so if there's original art made in, like, digitally, would then the traditional style for that particular art be digital as well? if it's the original way that it was made in. Also, you can lock this with R, I think. Yes, but that's not currently necessary. Digital is digital. Well, yes, but if traditional means the way that the art was originally drawn, then traditional is the new term for artists to distinguish between digital and traditional. But what if tradition for this thing is to make it digitally? Where are you then? What? I would say that physical, like digital or physical, I would prefer that. I prefer that term. Although then if you wanted it, you could say that, well, digital drawing uses physics as well, so it's also physical, but yeah, digital is digital. Would it still count as traditional animation? Like, it's still hand-drawn. Amazing and digital. Sit. Sit and behave. Well, hands have digits. Yes. I think we can steer a little bit more port. Yep, that is the stream title. No seats on this boat, though. Yeah, you can... Yep, that is a little bit too much steering there. You can buy furniture and place it down, but I've not experimented with that yet. Other than lanterns in my previous game. Is there a crouch key? Yes, there is. Also, these steps could, I think, be used as seats. Also, the stool there. I wonder if the devs plan to do more with AI boats, because there are some there, like over there in the distance, for example. But there don't seem to be that many around, maybe for performance reasons. Or maybe just to make it feel a bit more atmospheric. Yeah, furniture. Disclaimer, I messed up the fingers, so had to redo them, then work backwards, so it's not how I typically draw. Seems the boat needs to tack when you steered to port there, but the sail stayed the same. Yeah, I mean, you've got to move the sail and the wheel separately. Glad you managed to fix them. Maybe I'm wrong. Ooh, there's a link. I'll have a look at that link. There we go. And I can't look at that link because I'm not logged in on the website. So, sorry, can't look at that. Because apparently you've got to log in. Eyes in the sea! Yeah. Also, yes, that is the moon, not the sun. It's really interesting how they simulated the horizon in this game with islands coming out of the water as you approach them, so that when you're higher up, you can also look a little bit further, I believe. Also, with the mug, you can click there and then fill, and then R to drink. Also, I think I am gonna just keep the mug full. Unless that's not how that works anymore. Can you not have the mug in your inventory while it's... Oh, that looks weird. I don't think you're supposed to do that. Oh, there we go. Let's have a look at that link. Ah, I see. Like the little date in the corner. She does not seem to have had too good of a night's sleep. I don't know the original IP that's from. When you sail, as you steer into the wind, you pull the main sheet of the other hand, and the appearance of the sail would let you know if you didn't. If you, it would start to luff as you steer more into the wind, if you don't hold the sail. I mean, the sail does... the sail does change how full it is, depending on the direction of the wind. Like if I... Hold on, that's a little awkward. So if for example, if I steer to the left into the wind, you can see now it's much less full than it was previously. You can see it's just kind of flopping about a little bit, mostly due to gravity. But then if I steer to the right, it'll catch the wind a bit more, but I don't think we've got a whole lot of wind currently going on. It's very impressive, Emichu. Never tried doing art nearly as realistic as that myself. No, she's a tired girl. Arcane, a good show. Ain't played League of Legends. Too toxic for me. I don't know the context. I think there's a leak. No, it's the water mug. You used to be able to have a mug filled with water in your inventory, and then it'll just stay there. But if you... Apparently in the update, it'll still spill out if you look down or up as though you're holding it, which I didn't know that they changed. Right, so this is the Isle of Clear Mind. So we need to head north and a little bit west, which means in sort of that direction. So I think I will... Yeah. That's slightly annoying. Let's see, which direction is the... I don't want to... Yeah, because we really do need to go sort of in this direction, which just so happens to be directly into the wind, unfortunately. That is directly... Wait, that's weird. That's directly west. But I thought I saw a little... island over there. Did I not see a little island? I thought I saw a little island over there in the distance. Oh yeah, that back there. What is that island? That's weird. Yeah, that is directly west of where we're currently at. Oh no, that's not an island, it's a little boat. Sorry. I see, thanks for the demo. That's neat. Actually, since my character does need to sleep as well, and the direction of the wind is pretty terrible, it might be a good idea to... Actually, yeah, I can see the island just there in the corner, on the edge of the screen, on the side. It might be a good idea to raise the sail, or to furl the sail, I suppose, and then go to bed. Is that still... Yeah, it does actually There we go. It does actually use that. I will go to sleep, and then once I wake up, I'll read. Actually, I can read a bit of chat now. The toilets on board this? That rope that attaches to the aft part of the mainsail is called the main sheet. Oh, no idea. League of Legends Arcane was based on the game. Oh. Sorry, forgot context there. Usually it's attached to the boom. Oh, I see. P. Yes, I see. Every time you zoom out, your character releases himself. No, not quite. Right. That seems to have worked wonderfully. I can't see anything, including the island that I was just at. Hold on, let me turn up the brightness. There is an island on the left. Hold on, what direction am I looking at? Okay, so that is... Oh wait, no, I can. There is... Oh no, it's directly in front of me. I'm looking north, which means I'm just to the south of it. That's a bit bright, I know. Wind is coming from straight ahead, so that's not ideal. Can I sleep more? Yes. Oh, there is a link. That Alistair on the left. I don't know. I'll have to. Yeah, kind of. It looked a bit weird. Too far too stretched. Thought it was a head demon. Like the same size as Vox. I'll have a look at the image in a moment. My god, it's full of stars. That reference I do not get. Interesting. The sun still appears to have not risen yet. Oh, that's weird. Why is Discord so dark? It's not supposed to be that dark. Wait, did Discord update? That's nice. It's Dave's last line from the movie To the Space Odyssey. Oh, right. Okay, tell you what. Let's turn on the light. And is that island still ahead? You turn up the brightness. It looks like it. What's the wind doing? Not much it seems. Well, actually, yeah, the wind still hasn't changed. Well, let's eat something. And let's grab another one. Nope, not pick up. Need to... R? Nope. Yes. Tab. Still remembering the controls. Well, I suppose... Since we can't really do much else, I suppose we can head further north and then head straight over west afterwards. So, yeah. Pity that I can't really see the wind too well. So we are slowly making progress, which is better than not making progress at all. There's a lot of chat that is going past. I can't really read that. Did Discord update? Shadow's not impressed. Yeah, I mean, it just turned the contrast up to like 3 times what it was before. If that is why, what happened there. Okay. Difficult to recapture how amazing the special effects were in the 1960s. Also, it was a decade known for epic movies like Lawrence of Arabia and Ben-Hur. Just fandom dumping, sorry. It's fun. Oh, you can change the Discord theme. Okay. Well, I didn't change it to that, and I don't think it was like that a little while ago, so I don't know what happened there. Also, if you pick up the lantern and put it in your inventory, then you can walk around with a light on you, which is nice. Although it would also be really nice if there were a rest until morning option. But you can only rest if you're tired. I mean, it's not like that IRL, right? That sometimes you really wish that you could sleep through the night and actually, and instead you spend the night awake and then have to go sleep the next day, and then you only wake up when it's already evening. That sort of thing. It's a good thing that doesn't happen IRL, right? I see Scorpio. You're heading south, I gather. No, these stars are... I don't think that they're real. I think they're fictional constellations. So if I look at my compass, I am heading pretty much north. If I'm in fact moving at all, which is hard to tell. I think I am, ever so slightly. Not read any HHHB fanfics myself, me personally. Stop. You can see a full moon outside RL. Nice. If there were a moon currently visible in-game, I might be able to see a bit better. Is there a way to change the gamma? I don't think so. No. There are generally very little... There's generally very little in terms of settings in this game, like graphical settings. Now I can just about see an island there in the distance, which I'm not sure if that is... I think that is probably Isle of Clearmind, which is where we were close by before I slept. Either that, or it's already our destination, but I don't think it's our destination, because that would mean that we would have to have passed the island of Clearmind, and I can't see that anywhere. Especially because that over there is the Big Rock Island, and Big Rock Island is not directly to our east, as it should be. It's a little bit northeast from where we are, because if I look directly at it, it's a little bit northeast, which means we're definitely below... Also, is the sun coming up? Because the water sure looks like the sun's coming up. Yeah, that should be directly to our east. But since it isn't, that is probably the Island of Clearmind, which means we've got to head past that and then head further west. Ah yes, finally the sun. Oh, there's chat. Wishful thing on my part. Is there a moon in Sailwind? Yes. But it's on the day sometimes. If you don't ship characters, there's no point. You could throw out a log and get your speed. True. I could throw out the cargo and get my speed. Yeah, I've never really done... He's already taken a slash. Don't tempt him to throw a log to... No! Also, that's the first time I've heard that euphemism for that. I can read chat on a laptop, but thing is, with chat on the laptop, I've got to have the font so big so I can actually read it from here, that if there are more than, say, 5 messages, then the upper messages are already off screen. And so I'd have to constantly read them as they go, and if I miss some, then there's no point. Because it looks like a log. No, the other one, I mean. The slash I've never heard before. That might be a sex-specific euphemism, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe I've just never heard it. Right. So we've got to head over there, and then head to the left, which still is the exact direction that the wind is blowing from. Let's have another look at the map. Can we make out at all if there are 2? No, I can't. But I think that's that. Yeah, it pretty much has to be. London slang, I think. Oh, never heard of it. Let's have a drink. Very nice to be able to see things again. Although does that look a little bit bigger? That does look a little bit bigger, doesn't it? Over on the left. Than the island of Clear Mind. Because that over there... Hold on, what direction is that? That's southwest. No, I think that is Neveridin, where we were before. Yeah, because that's the only... It wouldn't be that, that's too tiny. I think that's the Lion's Fang in the distance, the single peak going up there, which means that I do have to go past this island and then turn left. Or, rather, port, I think. Or should we go have a look and see what this island's called? Been over 2 months since I've last been to London. Better well. British slang to urinate. Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's applicable in all contexts. Okay, I can see a little island on the left, I think. Either that or it's a 3-masted boat, which I think is a schooner, right? Schooners have 3 masts, don't they? I think if you look on the horizon, on the very edge of my screen, there's an island with 3 trees or rocks on it, I think, and that's, I think, where we're heading to, like in the middle of the screen right now. Well, there it is then. Noted mentally and emotionally, maybe. Are there NPC boats roaming about? There are a few, yes. Doctor, I think so. No? There are a few NPC boats. Like there's one over there in the distance, just on the... Hold on, where was it? On the left edge of my screen right now on the horizon. But that does look like it's an island, I think. Can you board them while they're going? I don't know, I've not tried. If you manage to drive alongside them. Probably? But I have not tried. What's the wind doing? The wind is blowing from the west pretty much directly. Which means if we keep heading a little bit further north, and then once the island, if that is the island, is directly, well, it is pretty much directly northwest now, but if we go a little bit further and then head northwest, then I should be able to get there, I hope. POTC theme plays. Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh, right. I originally thought you said there are empathy boats. There are empathy boats. I was like, oh, that's nice. Empathy. Aww. Wow, it's only been 7 minutes and now the moon's already behind the houses. Yeah. For me, moved so far. Mm-hmm. Right, so let's just keep an eye on that. Okay, so it's still northwest. And the wind's still coming from... Well, the wind is shifting a bit north, which is unfortunate. Which means I have to go further before I can make my turn. Very nice water effects, though. They're not quite as nice as Abzu. I really liked Abzu. Just trying to scan the horizon to see if there's anything else. Is that? Yeah, like, I do think that that's an island, but I'm still not 100% sure it could be a schooner. Like, there are definitely 3 big, like, spires or tall trees or something on there. But I do think that that is an island. Although, we do seem to be moving a bit faster than before, which is nice. Okay, I think that the thing directly on the edge of my screen now, on the horizon, is a boat. But that thing now there, that is an island. Okay, well... Maybe... So, is the wind direction going directly... Yeah, it's pretty much going directly in the direction we need to go. I think maybe we should head west now. And then get a bit closer to the island that way. Because this course will take us, I think, a little bit closer. It shouldn't make that big of a difference, because we were heading north and that was northwest. So we should be getting closer either way, but I think this way we'll get close a little bit faster. Although I think we might need to head a little bit further this way to catch the wind a bit more. Are there radar or sonar upgrades in this? No. Artificial horizon? I mean, artificial horizon really is only useful if you plan on going up or down as well. But I really don't plan on going up there or down there. Although yes, I can definitely make out more detail. On the right, the very right edge of the screen, you can see a beach and what looks like either 3 towers or big stone obelisks, or maybe 3 big trees or something like that. Unless this was the Flying Dutchman. Oh, of course. That's always an option. When in doubt, Flying Dutchman it. Next maneuver. Barrel roll. No! Don't roll the barrel! There we go. Let's just grab the next one. There we go. Up next on the menu, cinnamon roll. Oh, I want one. What's that food? I think that is goat cheese. Pretty sure. It doesn't actually say currently. But I'm pretty sure that that's goat cheese. Cinnamon roll would be very, very nice. Yes, and also it would be very, very cinnamon-y. Okay, so if I just look directly in this direction, that is pretty much, the wind is going west by northwest. And yeah, that's definitely the island we need to go to. So I think maybe if we change to a northerly course now, that's probably a good idea. Because the wind is going in not the right direction. Maybe some nice empathy boat will bring me full cargo of cinnamon rolls. Empathy boat. Right, so now we should be making better progress. Now that we're a bit further west than before. Can I pull this any closer? A little bit. Although the storms in this game are quite scary, especially if you're new to the game. In my previous, or the one before my previous live stream of this, we did encounter a storm and it was quite intense. With this game it does help to have a bigger screen that you can see the islands on. Also, I really love the dynamic splashing sounds. Adds a lot of immersion. Oh, stream title wasn't updated. What do you mean? It's correct though. It says 9 to 11 PM and then it says trains and Sailwind, so it is correct. Imagine it's on a laptop. No. You wouldn't be able to see anything on a laptop with this game. Yeah, you can clearly see the island now on the left. Wasn't it moved back to 24 PM? The time on the stream is BST, British Summer Time. Does anyone have any sea stories they want to share? It would be nice if you had the music playing option from Sea of Thieves in this as well. Although it might get a bit tedious. Why is this highlighting? What can I interact with this? I don't want to click it in case it dismantles it. But that's something to experiment with when we're in port. I do! The game was Valheim. Ooh, please do share. Valheim. Oh, is that Viking... That Assassin's Creed Viking... Is it Assassin's Creed? I don't know, might be confusing things. That Viking RPG. Well, video RPG. New. Oh, there must be something different then. It's an indie Viking thingy. Oh! Oh, right. Yeah, but... a Lickwook? Huh. I've not seen that before. Okay, the wind. Again, it looks like the wind is coming from that island, which actually that would be a really fun, like D&D thing where if you had a campaign where the players have their own ship. I mean, what's the chances of that happening? Like that the players get there. I mean, you'd have to have a. Ooh, that cloud is growing. That's ominous. And it's above the island as well. But I mean, what are the chances of the players getting a ship and I mean, you'd have to have a campaign where the players start on a little island that they will outgrow quite quickly and then want to explore more. But I mean, what are the chances of a campaign like that being a thing? That would be a fun idea, to have an island that the wind blows from, and so you'd have to get you'd have to get some sort of magical propulsion or something, or oars, like a trireme or something, to actually get to the island. That'd be fun. Yeah, I had lots of plans for the OSE game. Like, yeah. And I do still want to continue that at some point, but it takes a lot of time and mental energy to prepare, so not currently doing that. Yeah, where they'd have to roll really good, like twice in a row to get to the island. No, I would handle it differently. I would, depending on how the navigation rules work normally, like in regards to rolling for wind direction and stuff like that, I would say, okay, you can roll normally, and then they would figure out that what numbers correspond to which direction, or maybe I would tell them outright. But then when they're getting closer to that island, then I would start overriding that. Like if normally maybe a 2 would be northwesterly wind, then maybe they roll a 2, but they end up going southwest. The wind is blowing them southwest, even though they rolled a 2, and they know that a 2 means northwest. And then when they correct me, I say, yeah, I know. It doesn't matter. The wind is blowing you in that direction. And then you know, oh, there's something strange going on over there. That's how I would play it. And then you'd have to figure out how the challenge can be overcome. Speaking of challenge, at some point we need to turn that direction, but I think we need to head past the island a little bit more, because otherwise the wind won't push us that way, and I don't really want to do too much tacking, because then I can't really reach out if I constantly have to steer left and right. I'd rather do it in one big turn instead. Alright, chat. Let's read chat. Right. Yeah, a ship, you say. Yeah. Typing story, but wanted to say, I played a D&D pirate campaign. Oh, that's nice. I always like the idea of a ship-based campaign where you've got like your own. Like I really like the idea of building of in a D&D campaign or something, having your own base of operations, like a base of operations that you can improve and get NPCs to move into and set things up and bring different things that you pick up, like from different quests and lore, over, and have all of that. And while castles and things like that are great also to build up, the issue with that is if you play the game in a way where you spend most of your time out adventuring, then also let's make our turn. And you don't really have much downtime at home, which you are supposed to have in especially the older versions of D&D, but in the way that I play, it doesn't really tend to work out that way a lot of the time. then you're really never there to do anything. And so... But if it's a ship, that would be different. Because then it comes with you. And that could be really fun. And I have tried in several campaigns to give the players a ship, but either the players never got that far, or they didn't really want to take the bait. I don't get it. If you can tack, you can sail into the wind. Just takes more time than going straight downwind. Yeah, you can. But I would have to actively switch, like zigzagging. I would actively have to switch directions back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And currently I quite enjoy just reading chat and not having to pay that much attention. So I'd rather do it in a bigger swoop, going out further and then back in at a better direction than constantly switching direction. Right, Emichu story. My friend and I were sailing around the world on our large luxury boat, finding new islands. We made port and went exploring, and we died, spawning way away. He rage quit and left the game and he left the game and call. So I spent 2 IRL hours sailing our tiny little raft, which is slow AF, to get the boat back, dodging attacks from enemies and almost dying again, and then spending another IRL hour sailing our boat back to base. I see. I mean, in a way, that is also the Pirates of the Caribbean thing. Gotcha. Interesting idea with the island. And he was so unappreciative, not gonna lie. Made me kind of mad. I mean, if that's not a villain origin arc, then I don't know what is. Look, the wind is coming directly from the island still. Wind isle. It's a guess, but I think a typical sailboat can sail a full 270 degrees of wind direction. Yeah, it can sail quite a bit into the wind, but I don't have that much experience, and I don't... Last time, when I was sailing to Big Rock Island, it was taking such a long time to get there, even though I was really, really close. I really wasn't making much progress at all. So I was gonna experiment to see if it might be faster to have broader angles. Gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Did he enjoy playing before the death? Yeah, just not as much after. Despite getting everything back for him. Yeah, I mean, maybe... Maybe if he's... Maybe if he's now had that experience with a game, knowing how much is on the line, and what the punishment for losing is, maybe that's kind of taken away from his enjoyment of the game now. Because now, in future encounters, he knows all of the stuff that's going to be on the line. Maybe that's it. Yeah, that's not very nice. Was this a long time ago? Shadow Dice, I'm trying to get back to the ship. Precious cargo on there. Yes. But also, that's not your ship. I did try before. Like, one of my... Like, I did... In that campaign, I did try to seed the idea of exploring more of the world. Look, even though I'm going around the island, the wind is still coming from the island itself. Yeah, like, I did want to seed the idea of exploring more of the more of the world. Like, for example, with the different, like the books in the library that have to do with the Koshia deserts and things like that, and like also Tathalan the Great's quest, finding stuff, like because I think it would be so much fun to explore, like having a D&D campaign where you explore new lands and you forge into the unknown, things like that, where you don't already have a map of that place. But with how long all the other side quests and things are taking, might be better to fold that into either a new campaign or after the main quest is finished, the next chapter, maybe. As I said, I played a D&D campaign where we were pirates. Right before that. Alright, were they just dropping into the middle of the ocean and have to choose a direction to start of the campaign? That doesn't sound that much fun to me. You need some sort of direction. As I said, I played a D&D campaign. Yes. I meant you said in the scenario you envisioned you would have an island where island base that is upwind and nobody could get back to it unless they had oars. I didn't mean an island base. I meant it could be fun, an island to discover, like for the players to discover, not necessarily an island base. Also, look, there's an AI ship. Well, boat. Ooh, that could be a nice thumbnail. I remember taking a boat to Brownsea Island with family once. Must have been 2010 or so. No, my ship is in the castle. Wait, your ship is in the castle. Alright, that's probably the base thing I was talking about. Loincloth. Oh right, people want me to sleep, and by people I mean me. Hold on. I'll turn the ship, well, boat. So I'm facing the correct way. Then I'll furl the sail and then I'll go to sleep. Although maybe I should do that only when it's properly night, because I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night again and then have to deal with that. So I'd rather wait now while there's still a little bit of light and then skip more of the night time. Oh, there's so much chat. True. Precious bean. Famous shell. And loincloth. He is. What about forging into the known? I mean, forging into the known is also good if there's interesting stuff there. But in most of my D&D campaigns, the players tend to remain within civilized areas, because I tend to have a lot of my stuff be centered around NPCs, and NPCs are usually, like, most of the important stuff can be done or found within cities or towns. And so, well, if you're in a city, then you must have infrastructure to support that, like villages and farms and stuff like that. So I must now furl the sail quickly. Well, this is, I suppose, as good a docking maneuver as I'll get. Assuming that we've actually landed at the correct location. So, yeah. And because of that, my players tend to stay around those areas where those points of interest are. Which, hold on, where was the other? Oh, was it back here? Yeah, there we go. Which is good, because that means lots of opportunities to meet lots of interesting people. But, oops, put it on there, good. But it does mean they tend to stay around the already explored areas of the world. Oh, 1 second. 1 little second, I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I am back. Just had to modify the the location of the plug a little bit because the lights were flickering a little, and that's not great. Oh, right, water. Why isn't the boat being pulled in? Didn't it used to get pulled in? I'm gonna bring my laptop to future sessions to make notes quicker and also to easily be able to search for words. Yeah, although that is a little bit cheating, cause I don't have a laptop. I don't have my laptop there, so if you don't, if you could just look up the character's name and find every instance where I might have offhandedly mentioned the character that I don't even remember, then who knows where we'll get to. Joking, of course. Sorry if I'm quite far back in chat. That just be your average Tuesday, I guess. And get our quotes in order. Yeah. And that's a good idea. Ship, ahoy! Hop over, take the cargo, hop back. Oh, the guy didn't even say ahoy. Ooh, maybe he was asleep. Ship, there it is. No! Sausage roll, place X, 0. I have no idea what you mean by that. Let's ring a bell. Also the gnome. Is the penalty for delivering cargo too late? Yes, I think so. There's a bonus for delivering it extra quick. I think there's a penalty if you're a bit late. On time, yes. Okay, now let's get this over here. Delivered to the guy. Where is the... Oh, this is the guy. Yeah, there we go. Oh, does running drain your water? Is that how that works? I guess it does. GXK Shadows, my ship, in the castle. This isn't a hard puzzle. Kalok. Oh. Oh, right, you mean ship as in... as in a metaphorical ship. Not a literal ship. I see. Greg's. Didn't tell me how much money I earned from that. Oh my lord, I need lie down after that. You need to lie down after that? After what? After me not getting your puzzle. Slavigal says, talked with Twitter. He will try to make the sound for the 465. He also said that binding throttle and speed and sound is theoretically possible. I will see if him or Mika can figure it out. But making the sound is going to be the biggest challenge, according to him. Yeah, I mean, that is very, very kind. Please thank them for me, but there's of course no obligation. It's any help is much appreciated, but of course no obligation. Right, now let's see. Is there stuff I can purchase? Yes. Do you sell... Well, you sell wine. Oh, well, no, that is goat cheese. You sell bottles of water. Actually, that's probably better because I want to buy that. Because I remember that I can use that instead of my mug, and it'll stay... Huh. Interesting. And it'll stay in the container. Hope you don't have another nightmare. After you two knowing the main ship. Just wasn't thinking that direction. Yeah, not very familiar with Greg's. Yeah. Coconut wine, does it exist? I think so, yeah. I mean, I pretty much never use the word ship in the context of an imagined relationship. Yeah, coconut wine, there you go. Does anyone just sell regular water here? I mean, this does look more interesting than it did before. I will just have a brief little look around here a bit more. Oh, bananas. Yeah, I can eat a banana. In fact, I'll eat several bananas. What's this? Coconuts. Alright, you've got a broom, empty bottle, white tobacco, firewood, lantern candles, water. Okay, how much money do I have? 84, I think. I'm gonna buy this and bring that back because water is something that goes down fairly quickly. I'd rather have a little bit more than too little. Also, vote broom. I mean, maybe after another delivery or so. Okay, how does the one rotate like that? Rotate like that. There we go. Dates! Dates? Mug or tankard? No, I've got... Well, actually, I don't know. Guess so. What broom? Will the boat only start getting sooty after purchasing the broom? No, I think it's already a bit dirty. And then you can use the broom to make it clean again. Where were the... Like if you buy the game mechanic with it? No, I think you just buy the ability to make it clean. Was there a bit more... What's this? Oh, those are just the... Oh, I see. Right, dates. Oh no, what do you sell? Do you sell bread or something? Coconuts, but that's too expensive. I will just fill up on a few more dates. And I'll buy one more for the road as well. by the road, I mean the ship. And by that, I mean I'll carry it because I don't have the inventory space. But yeah, they do seem to have added more detail to the islands, which is nice. Also, circling birds up ahead is up above is also good. Can I put this in here? Place item. Nope. Can I open that? Nope. Open. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Open that. Pick that up. And put that in. Oh, yes, I can. So I can mix and match stuff. Oh, that's good. That's a really good improvement. Now, if I take this and place it down. Nope. Place it down. Then, if I drink that, I should be able to refill this. There we go. Right, so next time. Well, look, there's a cart in the water there. Next time, whenever we return to this, we will accept new missions, deliver more stuff, and see if we can buy some more interesting things, like things to decorate our ship with, perhaps. Right, so I guess I'll end the stream here. So, what's the other food again? Rabbit cheese? I'm not sure. I don't know. Anyway, good night, everybody. It was lovely having you in chat. And see you tomorrow for Minecraft, hopefully. So, bye-bye. Good night. What will happen first? Next Sailwind stream or next Ghostly Venture Dev stream? Probably Sailwind. Bye-bye, everybody.